Today we're going to discuss about reports and dashboards and data imports and exports. Okay, first of all, we understand what is a report and a dashboard. In Salesforce, a report is nothing but a summarized data of an object or and related objects. So here, the summarizing of the data um, means, suppose if we have a location or a store, for example. Usually how we're dealing, we create an object and we have fields, we create them, and that's for admin side. And for end user, how it looks, they will be having an app. In the app, they will be having a tab to create a new store, and they'll click on a new button, and then they select whichever the record type it is, and then they'll go and fill the form and do a save. To click save and new, this record will get saved, and again one more new form will come. But if I need to look at all the data at once, I will be creating a list views. Okay, in list views, if I create, so I will be able to add some of the fields over here. I can see, but here I can't see more records. If I have 50 plus records, I need to scroll down and see. But I don't know. For example, I is having some 120 records. I want to see how many records itself without much work. And on those, if I have any kind of a numerical value, then what is the summary value of it? Hmm. And any kind of aggregations, like I want to know the count from each city. For example, for New York, how many stores are there? For example, in Vizag, how many stores are there? If I want to add such analysis, I cannot do everything over here. Anyway, I have over here some charts I can add. Okay, but there is also those by cities, for example. I have how I can global. So if I do this, I will get some chart. Here what is saying on New York we have one, and in New Jersey I have one. Some sort of a chart I can see. Again, I can customize into a. So on a different chart, I can choose the different chart. Or if you want more different one, I can do those. But I don't want this, like I want like more features. Like I was able to see, filter, export, group, and I want to do more analysis on the data. But I don't need all this operation like edit, delete and all. I don't need. I want to see mostly on a data engineering only. I want to analyze my data. Okay, now the best way is to build reports and dashboards on this data, and we can have a data and visual representation of the data. Okay, so once we have a report, what we can do, what are all needed to create a report? Let's see those. First thing, how to access reports. We need to go to this app menu or app launcher and try to type a reports. Click on reports. This is what a tab, normal tab. If you want to by default see in your app, you can manage your app and add your report tabs as well. Okay, once you are in the reports tab, what options you see here? Just have observation. One thing is here you have different folders. Recent reports, created by me reports, private reports, public reports, all reports. And whatever selection you have here, the same you're going to search here. Okay. And below that, folders. All folders created by me, shared with me, and favorites. Okay. Now let's go to our buttons. This makes a clear sense. We're able to create a folders and we're able to see all folders or which are folders are created by us. I mean, who logged in person, if they create any folder, those folders shared with me. That means like somebody has created and shared the folders with me, those folders. And if you mark some of them as your favorites, then favorites. Okay, this such first and new report. If you want to create a new report, then we can use this one. A new report, Salesforce Classic. That this is a lightning experience. What we call is a what you log in by the time. What you see here, the all rich UI is a lightning experience. There is one more experience called a classic experience. So you can see from this profile, when you click on this profile button, there's an option called a switch to classic. Then you go to this classic. This is a older UI of a Salesforce. What Salesforce calling it as a classic UI. Okay, in this classic UI, if you're trying to create a if you're trying to create look for a report, we need to go to a plus. This plus is nothing but all tabs. This one is. You go there, you can search for a reports, and if you click on a reports, you can say similar thing, but not exactly same. If you create a new report here, however, the UI you will get the same UI you will get. Then you click on a new classic report from a lightning as well. Okay, that is what this button is, but nothing to see much about a classic. 95% of orgs are now using in the lightning. There's struggle in classic to see here. Okay, so nothing very much. So like we're trying to focus much on the lightning only. Okay, so in the reports, that is what this option is. And creating a new folders. From here you can create a new folder. And here we have a reset column where it's reset fields to display. So whatever fields we see here, right? This list will this we can create or change the columns from left to right or right to left in the order of the columns that we can control. Okay, now why we need these report folders? Okay, suppose you have a different types of modules. For example, you have this Walmart stores. Okay, so here you have a location stores and some sort of a managing stuff. So you want to keep all these folders all together. And you have one more app called sales. On sales, an account, contact cases, reports and all. You want to keep those reports in a separate folders. Or for example, you have separate teams, like a sales team or shipping team. Okay, and administrative team. This like you have to have a separate teams, and you want to separate the folders or like separate the reports in a separate folder altogether. And one reports cannot be viewable for others, and for managers who have access to all these reports also, it will be easy for them to if it is formatted or segregated into a multiple reports. That's how we can share create a folders. And the main purpose of the folder is sharing. If you create a report, okay, how you can share this report with others, or somebody else is created, how they're going to share their reports with others, how others can see the report. If we create a data, suppose a store or a location or account or contact, how we're going to share with others by defining the data security. So what involved in the data security? OWD, sharing settings, all this will be involved in a data security. So the way how you manage this data security, you can define who will going to access what data. But in reports, it is not the case. So create a report and you place it in a folder, and the folder has to be shared. And there is no such rules or OWDs for a report sharing. So it will be kind of a manual sharing only. So whatever the people you give access to that folders, only those will get access. What are the different type of accesses that we give here and to whom we can add? Let's see, first create a folder, new folder. I would say Walmart sales, for example. I'm creating a folder like this. Okay, save. So folder is created. Now what we need to do again, like you can create a cascade folders as well. So you are in this Walmart sales folder now, and if you create new folder, it will be inside a Walmart sales folder. Okay, and if you want to share this, okay, let's go to all folders, and you have this Walmart sales. In the Walmart sales, or like the Walmart sales, I want to share with others. Okay, share. So what are all the different access we have? View, edit, and manage. These are the three access we can give to a person. To whom we can share these folders. We can share with the users, or we can share with the roles or public roles, or roles and subordinates. All these people we can share the records. Okay, for example, I want to share this records with the other user with access give as a edit access. Okay, and done. Now what will happen? This folder will be having access to the two users. Oh, sorry, I have not shared before. So team, I give edit access, and here do share, and you can see there are two users. One user is having manage and one user having edit, and we can select one more user and saying a view and do share. So there are three users having this, three users with a three different type of access we gave. If you want to remove, just cross this, then this access will be removed. Stop sharing. Okay, now you have only two users. And once you click done, so it will be shared. Now what other options we have? You can make it favorite. If you want to rename, you can do. If you want to delete, you can delete on the folders. Okay, folder is good. So basically folder is used to share the inside reports. So the report folders, whatever the reports that are inside this folder will be shared to all the people that is having shared this folder. Okay, let's create a new report. New report on a um, mm, no on location, no on store. Okay. No, I don't see any reports with the stores and a location name. There might be a two different reasons. Okay. First of all, we need to check whether these objects are allowed to create reports or not. Go to Object Manager and let's look for a location, and in the Walmart location. Here we should be able to create the reports, enable reports. If we enable the reports, then only you will be able to create a reports. So first enable reports for this object. Okay, and what are other object we have? We have a store. Let's enable this for store as well. Okay, store already there. Nice. Now let's refresh once. Here in the new report. Mm, Walmart location history. This is one we have. So what other we have? Here, location with stores. So I want to here, I want to start a report with this one. Start report. Yeah, before creating this one, what I'm doing, have to select a report type. We're saying select a report type. Here, I was having a different options to select the report, and the category is saying a standard category, and the report type name. I picked a store, sorry, location with stores. And here it's saying a total 48 fields you have, and let's get started. Okay, so once you pick up the report type, then you are able to sit with the report. Here, there are a couple of things: outline, filters, report name, report type, what feedback, save and run, add to chat, save, close, run. Let's discuss one by one. Okay, so this is the report name, whatever the name you want to give. And this is the report type that you selected. And these are the default fields that are already selected. And if you want to select more fields, you can select from here. Or if you want to see all at a time, you can select this panel called fields. And from here also, you can directly see from location and from store, you have all those fields. So whichever fields you want, you can add those fields. Okay, from this location, I want to see city, and I want to add approval status. Approval status I want to add. You can double click or either drag and drop. Okay, and I have a store count. Okay, it's added. And going to the store information, I want to add a turnover. Okay, and then what else will add? We'll add a number of employee or employee count. Okay, that's all I need. Close. Okay, I have added all those fields. If you want to look at the preview immediately, you can select this one. So you can see all this. So you can change the order here. Just you can click here and drag up and down, you will be able to move the fields. Okay, now so we can move up and down the fields. If you want, you can remove. If you want to add, you can add. Whatever you can do here. And then if you do a save and run or save means it will just save here. Save and run means it will come out of this view and show us a report. Okay, let's click on a save and run. So here this is my locations with stores report tablet. Okay, and what is the folder where you want to store? By default, it will be a private report folder, but I want to keep it in a Walmart sales. Okay, save. So report is saved and now it is running. Why? Because we selected a save and run. Okay, this is how a report looks like. And here we can see all the summarized values. Total records, total employee count. Here we have 1 and 0. Total is 1. And total average daily turnover or total store count. So whatever the aggregate values that can be done on this report, all this will be summarized. And now what are options we have? We can refresh and we can apply filters. So here by default it will be my locations. Other than that, you can select your my team's locations, user own locations, queue own locations, all locations filtered by a scope. So let's discuss one by one. My locations means what are all you having access. That is my location. My team's location. So you're working as a team and you have set up a team and what you can access and your team can access. All can be filtered here. Not all the teams, only you viewed and your team can see, only those will be shown. User owned locations. User owned location means what are all you are having a ownership. Sorry, queue owned locations. What is the queue? You know, right? What is a queue? So what are all the queues you are member of? Those queue owned locations. And all locations. It doesn't matter um, who owned it, whether it's your team or others' team, doesn't matter. It's all the locations in the table. Okay, and they are a filter by scope and all. So let's apply all locations. And these two filters will be the default filters. You have to pick any one of the value from these two filters. You cannot remove these filters. And there will be one date field and there will be a one based on your sharing settings. So your ownership or all or your team or queues. So and there will be one date field. It could be any date field you can select and on the date field you want to have all time or any specific time like this year, last year or this quarter, last quarter, next quarter or week, month, days, anything, any filter you can apply here and apply and you can see all the data. Okay, if you want to add more filters to your data, okay, then what I can do? So instead of going here, I can go to edit. The edit, it will be two sections called outline and next one is the filters. In filters, you can add, for example, I want to add a filter on approval status. I'll click on that field and I will choose what are all I want to give it for pending. Approved and pending. Select and I would say save and run. Then whatever the filters that you applied on a record edit, those again you can alter here in this filter section, but you cannot add more filters. But existing filters either you can delete or you can change those filter options here. But if you change here also, it doesn't matter. Suppose if we select all and apply, you will see the values. But when you do a refresh, again your selections from this view will be lost. You will be having a what is the original filters only that will be applicable. So if you want to make changes here and save, there is an option called as save. Or if you want to copy this report as another report, then you will use a save as and change the name and whatever changes you want, you can do and save. Save edit Salesforce Classic. So you already reported a create, it will directly go to a classic edit options. Now there are like three more options or four more options we have. Let's see those. Subscribe. What will happen when we do a subscribe? Subscribe means we will get an email notifications about this report. How frequent you want this report to be notified? Monthly, weekly, or daily? You select that one and you select the days whenever you wanted, and you can select the time when you wanted to get the notification and whether you want attachment or not. If you click, the attachment will come, otherwise it will not. And who will be the recipients here? The recipients are only me. If you want to add more members also, I can add the members here. So I want to add, for example, I want to add the other team members, then I will add. So now the subscription will go to me and one more user called a team. These two users will get this notification on a weekly basis, Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 1 a.m. of this reports, and I not add attachment and I don't have any filters, and this report will run as me only. That means me. If I want to pick this report has to run as another user, then I can select the user and pick that user who is going to that user. Okay. So then, so this report is now subscribed. So that without logging into Salesforce also, you will get notified and you should be able to see the report in your email. That is the advantage of a subscription. Export. So if you want to export this data in a formatted or in a normal form, whichever you like, you can select those formatted report and do export. Then you will be exported a file of XLS, the same set of a format. However, you see the report here in the UI, the same format, the report will be exported. Okay, I don't want all these titles and filters and all. I don't need all this. I just need a plain data that need to be exported. Okay, then go with the detail only, and you want Excel, CSV, or whatever format, XLS or XLSX, whichever format you want. Just select that one, and encoding also you can select and download the reports. This is how the report will be look like. It's like a normal plain reports. Okay, this is how we export the reports. Now delete. If you want to delete, you can delete and add to dashboards. We'll discuss again. So this is a normal, a tabular report. So you don't have, we have summarized, but this is at a overall dashboard level. Okay, now I wanted to create a report that I can summarize at each level. Okay, let's do how we can do that. Okay, let's create a one more report. So first we have to click on a new report, and then we have to select a report type. So I have this one, location with stores and managers, and let's get started. So here this is where here is the data is coming from a 3 objects. Previously it's 2 objects. Now it's coming from a 3 objects. Okay, what are those objects? So one is a location and then store, and I have a manager. This manager is nothing but a contact. On contact we'll have an account. On contact we have general information, we have address information, we have phone and fax URL information as well. So all is coming into a different sections. So what we see here, the field section, this is what that is controllable in the report type. In the report type, we'll control the data, what needs to be available to do a reporting. That is what here it's going to control. If you change the report, the data will change. So if you want to report on a data, what is your source is a report type. Use your source from where the data is coming. The report type, for the report type, the source is objects. From where you are selecting from an object. From which objects you need a data on the report type, and from report type you will feed it to a reports. Okay, on here I have like I like to have a state. Let's add a state here, and let's add a city. Okay, this is what on a location is. Right, save and run. Location, data, or summary report by state and city. Okay, I want to select folder as a Walmart sales and select folder, save. Okay, this looks like again like a normal table only, right? There are two ways of summarizing a data. You can go to edit, and here whichever field you want to summarize. I want to summarize by state. Here you can go rows by this field, and again go to city and group rows by this field, so that you can see, because I don't have much data over here, it is summarizing the two values with a one record. So anyway, we're going to see the imports as well, then we'll see a more usefulness of this object. Okay, here you see multiple options here. Here the aggregates with only the record count. Okay, the detail rows. So all these informations are details. I don't want all these details to be displayed. Just I wanted to see the summarized value and which are all group values. If I can on or off this flag. And you have a total, subtotal, and this. These two are subtotals and this is a total. So if you don't want subtotals, you can remove. Only total will be there. If you don't want total also, you can remove from that. So this is a summary report where whichever you want you can add. And here we can add charts as well. Add chart. Here I have only one record, so I just it came up a horizontal one. So you can change whichever you like, whichever you want. You can change the view, how you wanted to display and what should be the title, what should be the summarized value, what should you summarize. You want to see the percentages, so values, whichever you want, you can pick up this one. And there's a legend positions here. The position also you can control bottom, right, left, wherever you want here. All these configurations you can do. This is how a summary reports can be added. Here also you have all the options like subscribe, export, add to chart,